It's the book club, and here's a slab of Aussie swagger to take with a side of whiskey. This is Black Pills by Garth Jones. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dave Musson, and this is a place where normally I talk to you about Stephen King, but in this spin-off series I recommend great books to you. Yes, this is my book club, where I tell you about some of the books I've been reading recently that I think you will enjoy as well. And in each episode we focus on one single book. I'll give you the synopsis of the book, I'll tell you a bit about the author, I will give you a spoiler-free review of the book, and I will try and align it to a Stephen King book as well, for that point of reference and, to keep it all tied into the Stephen Kingness of this channel. If you want to check out what else I've covered on the book club already, just hit the playlist, which I'll put up there, and I'll probably add to the description as well. And if this review does make you want to go and check out this week's book, of course, read it. And if you like it, then review it on Goodreads and Amazon.com, because it really does make a difference. And if you really like it, rave about it on your social media, to your friends. Buy copies of the book as presents for your friends and family. As I've said before, go around their house and start reading it to them. Just stand in their bedroom at night reading it out loud until they say, okay, just leave the book, I will read it on my own time, get out of my house, it's 3 a.m. That kind of stuff. Help spread the word, okay? Some other things you can do to help spread stuff, I guess my stuff. Yeah, I'm talking a couple of quick plugs of me. I have a collection of award-winning short stories. Well, it's an award-winning collection. Whatever. I've got a book out that came out last year, short stories. It's won some awards. It's called Once More Around the Sun. Links in the description. You can also, in the description, find my range of Stephen King themed band shirts. So band logos mashed up with Stephen King stuff. And you can become a member of this very channel. You can become a constant viewer, get extra content, early access to regular content, fun emojis, that kind of stuff. Again, links down there in the description. So back onto this week's book club selection. As you know, it's Black Pills by Garth Jones. He's my friend and your friend now from Down Under. It's a brand new collection of short stories, and he is out today, 1st of April 2025. And I'm excited to tell you about it, so let's get into it, shall we? Okay, here's your synopsis for Black Pills. Black Pills is a collection of genre-bending short stories exploring the unmitigated shit show that is our present reality. It features 7 heroic doses of uncut gonzo fiction, 110% guaranteed to astonish and confound. And the stories we have in there are Rennie and Rel smash some Nazis, a romance. Hugo Garrett's exemplary mowing technique, which was the winner of the Ronald Hugh Morrison Literary Award for a short story. We also have the quadratic abductions of Preek Jejune, the insatiable sexual witches of Wriggler's Bend, the horizontal ballerina, Rental Hell, and the issue of the feral pig down at Coffin Creek. And here's a little bit about the author. So Garth is a writer from Williackley country in the deserts of far western New South Wales, Australia, the Mad Max zone. His first job was designing ads for phone sex lines. He did time as resident atheist provocateur at a church newspaper and drew comics for David Lee Roth just out of uni. Garth's first novel, Homebrewed Vampire Bullets, was shortlisted for a variety of prizes. Walkley Award-winning journalist Richard Cook reckons there's nothing like Homebrewed. It's new, weird and out there, and that makes it too good not to get into. And Garth's next project is Black Pills, the collection of genre-bending short stories exploring the shit show that is our present-day reality. Past the Amel, Garth's Ozploitation segment appears regularly on comedian Justin Hamilton's podcast Big Squid. He currently lives on the west coast of Ayatora with his partner, their kid, and a dog named Zodiac Mindwarp. And if you want to hear more from Garth on this very channel, he joined me on the Constant Writers podcast a while back. We talked The Dark Half together. It was a great conversation. So I'll make sure that I link that in the description, and I'll probably put it up there as well. So there's your background. Let's get into my spoiler-free review of Black Pills. So aside from being a wonderful and frankly hunky human being, Garth Jones is one heck of a writer. As I've mentioned when I've reviewed his stuff before, his writing style is one that I could only dream of achieving myself. It's so full of swagger, so full of cool and confidence, as well as dark humour and weird stuff. And just frankly, it's the kind of thing I can't take my eyes away from once I start reading it. So, all that to say, when he offered me quite a while ago now an early look at this new collection, with the idea being that I review it, I jumped at the chance. And friends, as you probably guessed, because it's here on the book club, I'm very pleased to tell you, it's a banger. So Black Pills features 7 stories that not only feature and check off all of Jones's pre-established strengths, but they also show us things that we've not seen from him before, or at least I haven't. Like, sure, the sarcasm, the gross outs, the cynical Aussie screw-ups, they're all still there. Of course they are. But also this time we see heart, we see a bit of introspection, and we even see a bit of sci-fi as well. So to kick off, we've got Rennie and Rel smash some Nazis, a romance, which is a wild chase story. It features 2 flailing sexagenarians who are taking out some bastard police officers. And our 2 heroes come out swinging. But will they make it? That's the question. So next up is Hugo Garrett's exemplary mowing technique, which, as I mentioned at the start, won that pretty prestigious award last year. And while it's very easy to pick out a story that has already been granted an award as one to laud from the collection, but honestly, it really does stand out as an exemplary, not mowing technique, but an exemplary piece of writing. This story is honestly one of the most affecting things that I've read all year. It's literary, it's moving, it's real, it's heartbreaking. It's pretty different to Garth's usual style, and I am all for it. If there was more from this reserve in his tanks, I want to see it. So The Quadratic Abductions of P.K. Jejeune is a really fun tale of an Australian politician who keeps getting abducted by aliens, but all told through the guise of a TV show. Really, really fun. Just original and clever. Then we get The Insatiable Sexual Witches of Wriggler's Bend, which features Johnny Platinum from some of Garth's previous works. Now, any story that features the line, and I quote, "Me and the girls are actual sex witches and would like you to assist us in a powerful jizz ritual." Well, I mean, that's always worth a look, isn't it, friends? This is kind of like an Australian nod to Stepford Wives, but also with a rock star and a member of parliament and a bunch of people who just really love where they live. Then we get Horizontal Ballerina, where we fly off into space on a mission to save the Earth. So hackers have infiltrated this big platform thing that was built by a Jeff Bezos type, and this platform had cured climate change. And the hackers have obviously sent that into a spiral where climate change is going to come back with a vengeance, and our hero has to take back control and save the Earth. All with the help of an AI assistant. If you're a fan of the Alien franchise of movies, you will love this story. Next up was Rental Hell, which was a weird and sad spiraling story with an ending that just really worked for me. Also, it features mentions of psychopomps, which of course are talked about in The Dark Half, which is the book that Garth and I talked about on the Constant Writers podcast. So Car is a wheel, friend. It's all coming back full circle. Yeah, I loved that little nod to those weird, scary little birds. Finally, we go back to a story with Rennie from the start of the book, and the final tale here of the issue of the feral pig down at Coffin Creek. And this one is just full on Garth Jones weirdness, awesomeness, coolness, and a great way to round off a fantastic collection. So trying to compare this to a King book, you'd think it might be easy because it's short stories. And sure, King has written some wild short stories, particularly those in Skeleton Crew and some of those in Nightmares and Dreamscapes when drugs and cocaine were still in charge. But none of them are like what Garth's written here. With the exception of the exemplary mowing technique, which I could see very comfortably fitting in something like Everything's Eventual or You Like It Darker. But those other ones, I mean, King would read them and go, yeah, those are wild. So that's kind of it. It doesn't really match a King book per se. But if I just tell you that this is an unhinged collection of unhinged short stories, you're going to want to read it, right? So overall, Black Pills oozes class. It's bathed in cool and it sneers at you. It's daring you to open it and read it. And friends, you absolutely should, because you'll have a wild time. It's Garth's best work yet. It's unlike anything you will see any other indie author attempting, and it absolutely deserves a place on your to-be-read list. It drops today as this video goes live, the 1st of April 2025. Pick it up. You will not regret it. And huge thanks to Garth for the early copy of this in return for a review. Yeah, I had a great time. Okay, there we go, another episode of the book club done. Do you like the sound of black pills? You really should check it out. And do, of course, check out my interview with Garth from the Constant Writers podcast back whenever we did it. Probably 2 years ago now, which is crazy. Time just keeps flying. But yeah, check out Black Pills and pick up Garth's other work as well. And of course, if you do read Black Pills and you enjoy it, review it on Goodreads and Amazon.com. Leave ratings of it and rave about it on your own social media channels and to your family and friends. Get them a copy for Christmas. I know it's not Christmas for a long time, but hey, best to be organised. And I'm definitely rambling now, so I will see you again very soon. Either over in the sort of main feed area for more Stephen King stuff, or back here next week for another pick in the book club. Happy reading, everyone!